Welcome back. The midterm elections now 36 days away. Congressional Democrats will have to answer to voters on backing Joe Biden's and the Democrat progressive agenda, ranging from tax and spend to open borders. One race that will have a pivotal impact on which party controls the Senate is in Nevada, where Republican challenger Adam Laxalt leads Democrat incumbent Catherine Cortez Masto 4 points in the latest Trafalgar poll. Joining me right now is Nevada Senate Republican candidate Adam Laxalt. Laxalt previously served as Nevada's Attorney General and is a former naval officer and Iraq veteran. Sir, it's good to have you this morning. Thanks very much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Well, you are up in this most recent poll. What do you believe to be the most important issues for voters, and how are you feeling?
Look, we took an absolute media barrage all summer long, as I'm sure you've reported in a lot of these Senate races, and we didn't start till Labor Day ourselves, our allies. To see us up in 5 consecutive polls shows that the people are not buying the lies and the smears and the rehabilitation by my Democrat opponent. And so we feel really, really good. We feel like this is the key Senate race. And people are waking up to that all over the country. As a result, we're getting support from all over the country and, of course, all over my state.
Now, you have slammed your opponent for her ties, her family ties to the Biden family, including Hunter Biden. What is the tie?
You know, they've been very close, and of course, Masto supported Joe Biden heavily in 2020. There were emails in the Hunter Biden laptop with her husband, asking for work and telling him that, he's ready to help them and, they're dear friends, et cetera. And so, but, I think the part that I really get the kick out of is that, she has not invited Joe Biden to Nevada. And every time she's asked the question, she dodges it. And so it just shows how these Democrats are. They'll do whatever it takes to win. They'll transform their record. And the reality is she's voted with him nearly 100% of the time. She was the 51st vote on the Inflation Reduction Bill, which has nearly pushed our state off the cliff. And so I think voters are onto her. They understand that this is all election year, morphing, trying to become a centrist, when the reality is she's been a rubber stamp for Joe Biden.
Well, you were the AG, Attorney General. You are the law and order candidate. I want to get into issues. Let's take a short break and talk inflation, law and order, and the wide open border. We'll be back with Nevada Senate Republican candidate Adam Laxalt in a moment. Stay with us. With Nevada Senate Republican candidate Adam Laxalt. And Adam, we've been talking about the issues that voters care about. You mentioned inflation. We also have a wide open border. What has that border with 3 million people coming into America on Joe Biden's watch meant to Nevada?
Look, first and foremost, my opponent, Senator Masto, has said that it's misinformation, that there is no such thing as an open border. We've got local media outlets that are fact-checking me on my comments and are going on offense on this issue that we do have an open border. I was there, Maria. The border is absolutely wide open. Obviously, this station is covered it ad nauseum. But what's going on the border is just crushing our state. I mean, we are all-time highs of human trafficking, drug trafficking. There were 6 fentanyl overdose deaths in Las Vegas in the last 36 hours. We have people in rural Nevada that are losing their children, and this scourge has got to stop. I hope that when we win the Senate with hopefully this race, that we can force Joe Biden to secure this border January of 2023. We've got to get this done.
What about crime? Do you tie any of this to crime spikes? We've certainly seen crime spikes across the country. What are you seeing in Nevada?
Look, unfortunately, Democrats continue to, support this pro-criminal mentality, and they're just not standing with the police outside of election years, of course. You've seen Joe Biden doing a turnaround. You've seen my opponent do a turnaround, trying to pretend that, she supports the police. But the reality is that all the law enforcement in the state supported her when she ran in 2016, and they've abandoned her. They've switched to me. I'm not the one in office. She's the incumbent. because they know that she was not there for them when they needed her in 2020 during the BLM riots, during all of this heated Democrat rhetoric that keeps going after police. It makes our communities less safe. And by the way, it's a big reason why the Hispanic community is moving to us so aggressively. I mean, she won that group by 42% in 16. We've seen polls with it inside of 10 today. That's because of inflation. That's because of the border. That's because of law enforcement issues. That's because of school closures.
Yeah.
This is why I really think we're going to win this race.
Well, we do see independents moving to the GOP, Hispanics and blacks as well. Thanks very much, Adam. We're going to be watching this. It could be the clincher. Adam Laxalt joining us. That'll do it for us on Sunday Morning Futures. Have a wonderful Sunday.